Raj Shamidi. I'm the founder of Farm Tower Company, and today we are in the Green Exchange at our showroom in Chicago, Illinois. What makes the Farm Tower Renegade the game changer is its price point, its productivity, and its ease of use. Never before has an indoor farming system been so productive and cost so little upfront and on a continual basis. With the Renegade, you don't need to constantly buy hydroponic fertilizers. You don't need to buy expensive media for your microgreens. The system is very self-sufficient. We're here today launching this Kickstarter campaign because we want to manufacture our own Farm Tower Renegade components right here in the Midwest to reduce the cost of the system by reducing the material used in producing the system, reduce the weight of the system so we can ship it all across the planet for less, and reduce the time and skill needed to assemble a system. Right now, the system, the Renegade, uses a lot of metal components that are heavy and bulky to ship, and the plastic is very thick and used to manufacture to hold a lot more weight than we use it for. What we have now is a system we're selling online to home schools and restaurants. 3 different systems, and what we want to do is combine those 3 systems into one unit that can be stacked vertically depending on what you want to do with it, and operate it in a multitude of ways depending on your personal preference or your desired output. This is a turnkey package. It is a complete system that includes lighting, air and water pumps, irrigation hosing, media, everything you need to get started today. All you have to do is add water, introduce your fish and your worms, and you're ready to go. We can manufacture the next generation of agricultural innovation right here in America and export it across the planet. This is real, it's happening right now, and it could not be a better time to get involved. You can use it to grow food, of course. You can use it as an educational tool to teach students where food comes from, how an ecosystem really works, the role of water and resources in our world today. You can dive deeper into the mechanics of how much water flows through the system, how a bell cycle works, how lighting works, and how photosynthesis works in a plant. You can dive into the chemistry of what's in the water, the molecules, the ions, the microbes. There's a lot going on in this little system. For the chef, it's a great way to control costs and quality while saving money. It produces microgreens and wheatgrass at a phenomenal price point, yet at a higher quality right on site. So your guests can see where their food is coming from. You get to know the quality is always going to be there, and that the quality will never change no matter what the weather is like outdoors. The Farm Tower Renegade utilizes what we have called the Farm Tower process. It's a patent-pending method for producing food in a closed-loop system in a completely new and extremely efficient manner. Basically, what happens is you feed your composting worms food scraps. They, in turn, create a waste product that is extremely beneficial for plants, often called worm tea. So that's introduced into your food, into your water, which feeds your plants. Then you harvest your worms, you dry them and grind them up and feed them to your fish as a extremely nutritious fish feed. It has almost twice the protein as traditional fish feed, yet it does not utilize fish meal, which is unsustainably harvested from our oceans. So this new type of fish feed induces a high growth rate in your fish. They produce proteins and wastes in the water, which then are converted to fertilizers that again feed your plants. Simultaneously, you're growing fish, which feeds you, then you harvest your plants, which feed you as well. So it's a methodology that creates a extremely dense caloric output per cubic foot, and there's nothing like it in the world today. It produces lettuce at 30% the cost of going to the grocery store. It produces microgreens at 25% of the cost, and the quality is better. So it's really the best of all worlds. Overall, the Farm Tower Renegade uses less than 10% of the water of the traditional outdoor farming method, produces extremely great quality food indoors year-round. It's really the best of all worlds combined. So inside an aquaponic system, at its core, the Renegade is an aquaponic system, and where fish waste is converted to plant fertilizer. At its core, this process is an extremely beautiful and efficient technique that nature uses in every ocean and lake ecosystem on the planet. So what you have are ammonia molecules in the water being converted one molecule at a time by live culture of nitrifying bacteria into one molecule of fertilizer. This molecular mechanism is what's responsible for the amazing growth rates that aquaponic enthusiasts are seeing across the planet, the increase of nutritional density in plants that many are citing in aquaponic systems, and the visible vigor of an aquaponic plant as compared to a field farm plant or a traditional hydroponic plant. Now, what we believe is happening, and the research is still being conducted, but we believe, generally speaking, that this molecular mechanism is creating a fertilizer molecule that is ideally shaped for the plant cell to absorb it, utilizing less energy and inducing less stress in the cell membrane of the root. So the cell can absorb it faster and without exerting as much energy. And the fertilizer molecule doesn't damage the cell as it is absorbed in. As you would see in synthetic fertilizers in the phenomenon called burning. You can burn your yard if you put too much fertilizer. Well, aquaponic fertilizer is lower in strength, but higher in absorbability. We call it a hyper-available fertilizer, and so the plant can be exposed to it continuously, 24 hours a day, and it never burns. The plant will not burn. However, the plant will simply absorb continuously from the water the nutrients and grow faster, become more healthy, and increase its nutritional density. We're really into water, biophysics, molecular engineering. That's where our focus is right now, and that's kind of where the Renegade came from, was our research and development of water treatment technologies and fertigation technologies and methods. Farm Tower Company is a clean tech social venture. We commercialize the next generation of agricultural innovations. A lot of our work right now is focused on water technologies and fertilizers that increase growth rates and decrease resource usage. As we go towards 2050 and the global economy shifts towards the developing world and a world of resource scarcity, we need to be really focused on utilizing what we have in more efficient manners and getting more with less. And this is really where aquaponics shines. So the Farm Tower Company's first consumer product is the Farm Tower Renegade. It's an indoor farming system that allows the average person to grow amazing, great quality food year-round with a fraction of the energy and effort needed in traditional agriculture. I have a Bachelor of Science in Physics from the University of Illinois at Chicago, and I got that degree because I wanted to be involved in next generation, alternative energies, clean tech concepts, really at the root level. And my goal was to be in a position where I can help commercialize a scalable solution. I remember sitting in my environmental science class in senior year of high school. I was about 17. No idea what I wanted to be, no idea where I wanted to go in my life, but it was just getting an easy credit. It was a fun class, it was interesting. And then I remember learning one by one all the detrimental effects our industrialized global civilization is having on the environment, and how, the bill must be paid eventually. The planet is only so large, and it can only absorb so many toxins until we start seeing the negative effects. And right now we're seeing a horrible drought in the western United States. It's decimating all sorts of crops. Lettuce prices are going up. Lime prices have already skyrocketed. Cattle prices have increased. Potentially unrelated is a virus that's affecting hog prices. 1 in 4 hogs, pigs are dying right now because of an unknown pathogen. Or I'm not certain if it's unknown, but it's we can't fix it. And we've reached the limit of our industrialization of the agricultural system.